Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, do you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
We were all wounded at Wounded Knee. You and me, we were all wounded at Wounded Knee.
Allez, on est reparti.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death.
Ah ouais, si tu laisses une balle en même temps. Ça reste comme ça. Et quoi, on peut pas réessayer avec l'autre flingue? Ah voilà. Ouh, qu'il a l'air bon, qu'il a l'air bon, qu'il a l'air bon. Ah, il est parti. Avec 4 trucs en ivoire. Ah, par contre, ah bah c'est ça. Ouais, le fusil d'or, c'est déjà la grosse amélioration. Parce que ça sinon, c'était quoi? Le six shooter incrusté. Ah bah attends, il fait quoi lui? Cadence, vitesse de visée. Alors que celui-là, c'est quoi? Dégâts et vitesse de visée plus 25. Non, le truc en ivoire. On voit pas trop d'ivoire, mais c'est pas grave. Il est bien. Non, je l'aime bien. Il recharge.
Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Ah, il y a moyen. Poc. Est-ce qu'il y a moyen de voir à quoi ça ressemble? Il est où le piaf? Il est où? Ah bah le voilà. C'est un vautour ça, non? C'est un petit vautour il me semble, avec la tête rouge comme ça. Ça peut pas être grand chose d'autre en même temps. C'est pas un condor non plus, faut quand même pas déconner.
They saw me before I saw them.
Voilà. Ah, ouh, ils font mal. J'ai compris, je vais prendre la carabine. Bref, on sait que l'oiseau est là.
They saw me before I saw them.
Voilà.
And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
Là, je sais pas sur quoi je tire. Mais en tout cas, je tire. Ah.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there.
J'ai l'impression que ça fait moins de dégâts qu'avant. Enfin, que l'autre flingue. Peut-être qu'une impression. Hein, mais... À mon avis, c'est même
I
juste
admit to
l'impression.
having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again,
Normalement, ils font
I got a lot of those.
30 dégâts de plus. Ces flingues.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout. A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you're in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness. See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
J'ose pas trop parler parce que... Le truc... Le Silas raconte son histoire, donc... Putain, il leur en feu des balles. Bon, voilà, on va prendre ça. Ça fait beaucoup de dégâts, non? Badis Das, Ranger gravé, non merci. Voilà. Ça par contre les munes. Je ne dis pas non.
How big was this cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Ouh, ils font mal.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
Mais non.
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Effectivement, ceux en vie.
come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time.
Polygynie,
Drove me
c'est aussi
half
polygamie.
crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the cave of death.
Parce que polygynie, ça serait de Gunaikos, la femme. Donc polygynie, c'est ça, c'est plusieurs femmes. Et polygamie, gamie, je sais plus d'où ça vient. Mais en gros, c'est ça aussi.
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was
Oh.
definitely snakes.
Voilà.
And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Ouais, ouais, ils font quand même très mal. Là, je crois que je vais me cacher d'abord.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Comme par magie. Un escalier apparu.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering white water river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back. I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
J'ai glissé, chef. Ah bah merci, il me remet sur le droit chemin.
There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
Bah là ça fait 3 hein. C'est pas plus que... Pas plus que 3 ou 4. Bon la carabine a l'air plus indiquée ici quand même. Parce que même si elle tire moins vite, aïe. Elle vise beaucoup mieux de moi et je ne vois rien. Je ne vois même pas où je tire. Voilà, là je vois où je tire.
I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on.
God
Who you
be my
kidding?
witness.
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache
By a
warriors.
hand to the patch.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
C'est ça, ouais.
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me.
Donc,
But
juste
it
pour lui
was
poser
like
une
that
question,
son
tu
of a
tues
bitch
tous ces...
disappeared into thin air. Never did
Bien
find him,
joué! Vous êtes mort plein de
and
fois.
never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Prendre ça. Et on va continuer.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
Tagada, voilà les Dalton.
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right.
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Silas s'est-il aperçu qu'en affrontant les Dalton à Coffeeville, il avait tout bonnement croisé Ben, alias Bob Bryant, qui vivait.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street.
Est-ce qu'il vaut mieux le six shooter incrusté peut-être? J'ai l'impression quand même qu'il fait plus de dégâts. Ce qui est bizarre. Sinon je veux bien prendre voilà, le fusil d'or déjà. La question c'est est-ce que je prends le six shooter incrusté ou pas? Bon, on va
Story
voir.
was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
cadence et vitesse de visée seulement, alors que lui là, normalement il fait plus de dégâts, donc il faut que je prenne celui en ivoire, mais... Il n'a pas l'air de faire tellement plus de dégâts.
Well, the locals recognized the bank teller tricked them, telling them the time lock on the safe wouldn't open till 9:30. Well, that gave the locals enough time to prepare an ambush for those sons of bitches.
Eh ben, re-salut tout le monde, j'ai fait une petite pause et tout. Et puis ça m'a renvoyé là. Ah, pour enfoncer la porte.
We got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
Ah ouais, d'accord. En gros, ouais, fallait juste avancer. Vous avez rien raté. Fallait juste avancer jusqu'à la porte pour tout défoncer. Voilà. Par là. C'est pas le six shooter incrusté que je veux. C'est là.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows.
But
They had
everybody
it
knows.
coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A
Was
posse
high
of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally
Oh, we
had them
did.
dead to rights.
Ah, yeah.
Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. They met an adversary that day who had no fear and offered them no quarter. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait for some bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. So he went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Et soudain, une
One
échelle
of the
apparut.
marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Are you
Where do you
crazy?
think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
Ok, on va recharger vite fait.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
From above.
From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Laughing at danger, as he did.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Merde, ça serait gentil. Je voulais zoomer comme un con, mais non, ça serait gentil. Là.
We've got company.
Allez.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
Bon, on a tout
Jim
rechargé.
Bowie and Davy Crockett,
Is that
who died
Silent Screams?
defending the Alamo.
Son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you dead.
Gonna kill you dead.
Now you're really pissing me off.
And I'm wasting all my ammo just for you. Je devrais pas tirer comme ça. Genre juste un ou... Oh no!
Over there!
Merde. Quel con, j'ai voulu tirer et pas aller vers le bas, donc ça n'a pas...
That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
Blam! Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons.
Yeah!
His name was Silas Greaves. And
Silas
when
Greaves.
dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
He was the last man
Sorry,
standing.
kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Ils vont nous refaire recommencer 15 000 fois la même.
It was early evening, not high noon.
I know. Attends,
I was
là, on
late
est
to the
loin.
party and Coffeyville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe and were all set to hightail it out of there.
T'es gentil. Désolé, mec.
Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
But dropping like flies. Federal Bank. Les Dalton, toute ressemblance avec leur cousin est purement fortuite. Frère Dalton,
I'd
ils
been
sont trois.
tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. Finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks
At the
the
same
same time
time.
in the same town
In
where
the same
everybody knew
town.
them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
Ok. Allez, go.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? I don't know, maybe kill you. Ok, non, il n'y a pas besoin de rentrer. On va aller derrière alors, hein. Non, c'est fermé. Bon. Bon, on va continuer par là alors. Ça a l'air d'être par là de toute façon. Me. Bon. Je m'écarte de l'histoire à ce qui paraît. Là c'est bon. Ah, fallait monter non plus. Ah, c'était là. Oh merde.
And those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions.
Quel con j'aurais pu tous les tuer. Yeehaw! I'm gonna kill
I caught
them
sight of the
all.
Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout and tired.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever.
J'ai rien compris de
And
ce qu'il
since
a
the
dit.
Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Cut him down! You won't get away with this!
I won't get away with this. No. I don't think I will die. C'est bon.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
I'm coming for ya. Hey, hey. Non. Par là? Oui, ça peut être que là, mais. Ah ouais, sur ce côté-là.
It was Amers, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid
Face
of
me
you,
down.
Silas Reeves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
You are dead, dog. Now you got it. It's hog killing time.
Aïe 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 aïe. Merde. Pas ce que je voulais faire.
Gonna beat you like a red-headed stepchild.
Tiens.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
J'en ai fait plus que 23 là, je crois de balles. J'en ai tiré beaucoup plus que 23 dans sa
But
gueule.
I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Allez, on continue. C'est parce que Silas avait gagné au poker que Johnny Ringo, Bob Bryan et Jim Reed assassinèrent ses 2 frères en 1868, in 1968. Et j'ai pas eu le temps de finir la fin, bref, c'est pas grave.